The best way to buy a home is seller finance, also known as owner finance. Sadly, there's been very little education on purchasing a house this way, and most people aren't even aware that it's an option. For those of you looking to buy a house traditionally, you'll be surprised at how much money you can save. But here's the shocker. Seller finance opens the door to homeownership for a lot of people who cannot buy real estate using the traditional method. And it's often cheaper than paying rent. But it's not just about saving money. There are also loads of benefits that aren't financial. So, because I love you, I'm sharing the advantages of buying a house on owner finance in general, as well as why it's the best option for buying a house in this crazy market. At the end of this video, I'm gonna share 5 critical tips for buying a home on owner finance. You'd be wise to watch this full video. Okay, let's get to it. So, a lot of you are sitting on the sideline waiting for home prices to come down or for mortgage rates to drop. Unfortunately, home values are not expected to decrease this year in most US metros. And if your market does see reductions, they will be minimal. I'll talk more about this at the end of the video as well. What about mortgage rates? When will they drop? This is much more complicated. As far as the data is concerned, rates should already be in the 6s. I don't want to get political, so I'll just say this. We don't know when rates will drop, though it should start happening this summer. Anywho, the good news is you don't have to wait. You can get a low mortgage interest rate today. It's common to find homes being offered on seller finance with rates in the 4s to the upper 5% range, and sometimes lower than that. I recently purchased a property where the seller was offering a rate in the upper 3s. It's rare, but you could get lucky. I guess you'll never know if you don't try. Okay, here are the advantages of buying a house on seller finance. For clarification, these benefits do not apply in all situations. Number 1, no credit check. That means your credit score won't get dinged. But more importantly, as I mentioned in the intro, if you have bad credit or no credit, this means you can buy a house. How crazy is that? I mean, it's life-changing for those of you who didn't know this was possible. Number 2, no social security number is needed. Now, banks do have special loans for those who don't have a social security number, but the interest rates on these type of loans is crazy high. When you buy a house on seller finance, you will not pay a higher rate for not having a social security number. Number 3, no job history needed. Banks don't like to lend money to those who are self-employed or those with little to no job history. With owner finance, your money's as good as anyone's, and there's no additional hoops to jump through. At this point, you might be asking yourself, who in their right mind would sell their home to someone with bad credit, no job history, or without doing a credit check? The answer is simple. If you miss too many payments, they'll just take the house back from you and sell it to someone else. You know, the same way a bank would. Okay, moving forward, I'll share the potential benefits for anyone looking to buy a house using this system. Number 4, less stress. To purchase a home traditionally, lenders will send you a long list of required documentation. The process of gathering all this information and submitting the paperwork to get the loan approval is time consuming. And it's annoying. It's easy to get frustrated as underwriters often pester you for additional documentation. With seller financing, you don't need a loan approval, so you can just skip this part. Number 5, faster closings. Because you don't need a loan approval, you can close in just days and not weeks. No joke, I've had homes go under contract and close in just a few days. If that's too fast, most sellers are willing to accommodate your time frame. Now, just real quick, if you're finding this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. For real estate tips and trends, please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos. This allows me to keep making videos to help awesome people just like you. Thanks. Okay, number 6, lower down payment. This isn't always the case, but there are some things that you should know. Banks offer different loans for those looking to purchase a home traditionally. They might only require 3.5% to 5% down, but if you don't put 20% down, they'll add mortgage insurance. This will increase your house payment by more than $100 per month, and you could have this fee for the life of that loan. With owner finance, sellers don't charge this fee, and even though it's rare, you might actually find a seller who's willing to accept a lower down payment. Number 7, good for investors. Banks charge higher mortgage rates to those looking to purchase investment properties. With owner finance, most sellers don't care. So as an investor, you can get a much better interest rate than what the bank will give you. Not only that, the banks also demand larger down payments on investment properties, usually 25 to 30%. That's a large chunk of change. But as I mentioned, the required down payment on seller financing is often only 10 to 15%. So not only will you get a better rate, but you also put less money down, which will allow you to purchase more properties faster. Number 8, super low closing costs. When you close on a house using the traditional method, closing costs can be $10,000 or more. That money does not reduce the price of the house, and it's not applied to the loan. These are fees paid to the lender and the title company. The total cash due at closing on seller finance transactions is usually 80 to 90% less. So that should make you happy. Number 9, terms are negotiable. When it comes to seller financing, sellers will list the terms of the loan that they're willing to carry. It might say something like price, $500,000, down payment, $50,000, interest rate, 5.5%, and a 5-year balloon. Most sellers are willing to negotiate, but you should expect some give and take. For instance, if you're looking for a price reduction, you'll likely need to pay a higher interest rate or put more money down. It's also common for sellers to offer a lower rate if you do put more money down, or increase the rate with a lower down payment. Hopefully this makes sense. The balloon is the duration of the loan. In this scenario, the seller is willing to carry the loan for 5 years, but they may be willing to go longer, maybe even 30 years. You never know. And of course, some sellers are unwilling to negotiate on some or all of the terms. Number 10, lower mortgage rate. I touched on this earlier, but in today's market, you're likely to get an interest rate in the mid-4s to upper 5s. With current mortgage rates sitting well above 7%, this will decrease your monthly house payments significantly. As you can see, in general, there are loads of incredible benefits to buying a house on owner finance. But what are the benefits of buying a house on seller finance in this wild and unpredictable market? First, higher mortgage rates are keeping loads of buyers on the sidelines. So right now, you don't have a lot of competition. Second, less buyers equates to lower prices, and this gives you more power to negotiate. Third, you can get a lower mortgage rate today. Those waiting for rates to drop will end up paying more for a house in a more competitive market. When you pay less for a house and get a lower rate, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars per month, equating to thousands of dollars per year. This will provide a better lifestyle for you and your loved ones and allow you to pay off the house faster. As I mentioned, rates are expected to drop in the coming months, and most market forecasters expect home prices to increase in 2024. So waiting to buy a house will most likely be a mistake. Now, as promised, here are 5 critical tips for buying a house on seller finance. Number 1, most sellers will require 10 to 20% down and sometimes more. So you'll most likely need a minimum of 10% down to purchase a house this way. Number 2, most homes listed for sale do not offer owner finance as an option. So you'll need to be diligent and you need to exercise some patience. Number 3, because homes being offered on seller financing will save you lots of money, it's highly unlikely that sellers will accept a lowball offer. Number 4, if you find a home that you love, submit a solid offer as quickly as possible. Number 5, always hire a realtor who specializes in seller financing. A good agent will not only maximize your savings, but they'll ensure that the terms of the agreement are fair. These type of contracts are confusing, so you want an agent on your side who understands these type of contracts. Do not try to attempt to buy a house this way on your own, and do not use a realtor who doesn't do these type of transactions on a regular basis. Sadly, there's people out there who will take advantage of you. If you're in Utah, please don't hesitate to reach out to me with your questions. My team deals with seller financing on a daily basis, and we've helped hundreds of individuals buy or sell homes this way. Now, if you're still on the fence, check out, is it time to buy a house or should I wait to buy a house? Or you might want to watch the top 10 financial advantages of owning a home. Look for links to my recommended videos below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have a friend or a family looking to buy a house, you can easily text this video to them. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below and make you feel good.